Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. In this video today we're checking out the top 10 places to visit in the Czech Republic. I know Prague's probably going to be there, and this video is by Ryan Shirley. He does some great videos, so let's get right into it. I've been doing quite a few videos about Czech Republic, so it only makes sense that I obviously see the top 10 places to visit because I do want to visit there one day. So let's get right into it.
What's up guys, my name is Ryan and I want to share with you my favorite places in the Czech Republic. So here's my Czechia top 10.
I mean, it's looking beautiful already. Let's get into this. I can't wait.
The Czech Republic is one of Europe's hidden gems. It's a land full of mystical castles and medieval cities, from the fairy tale town of Český Krumlov to the stone pillars of the Bohemian Paradise. The Czech Republic has so much to offer. Let's start this video off in the enchanting city of Prague. Now when it comes to Europe...
See, I told you guys Prague was going to be on the list. It looks like it's the first one up. I was right.
In cities, it's hard to beat the charm and beauty of Prague. Now located right in the middle of the Czech Republic, Prague is known as the political, cultural, and economic center of Central Europe. The city was founded around the 9th century and flourished during the Renaissance and Baroque eras. Now, Prague was the capital of the Kingdom of Bohemia and was the main residence of many Roman emperors such as Charles IV. Now, one of my favorite attractions in the city is the Charles Bridge. Its construction began in 1357 and it wasn't finished until the beginning of the 15th century. The bridge is decorated with an
wow, it looks so good.
Statues. It's so scenic and such a great feature. Now, the Old Town Square is also a great place to explore, and the Prague Castle is another sight to see.
Like, there's just so much history here, and it all looks so beautiful. I love the design.
It's considered to be the largest ancient castle in the world, and was built more than 1,000 years ago in the 9th century. I mean, that's a freaking long time ago. I mean, Prague just has such a historic vibe, and I hope you all can visit. Now, afterwards, we're going to visit the town of Telch. Now, located about a 2 hours drive from Prague, Telch is this magical town surrounded by 2 ponds and is bound to transport you back in time. One of the main attractions of the city is the Telch chateau. It was built in the 14th century, but the castle and the rest of the town was burnt down in a great fire in 1530. Now, with everything burnt down, it essentially made the town a blank canvas, and the 23-year-old leader at the time, Zacharias of Hradec, saw potential and decided to reconstruct the castle and town with a Renaissance style.
Wow, he did a great job.
The castle is considered to be one of the best preserved Renaissance structures in the Czech Republic. Now, another one of my favorite features of Telch is the main square. It's lined with beautiful Renaissance and Baroque houses. I mean, this town is truly a fairy tale. Afterwards, we're going to head to the north of the country to visit Jested. Now, located right near the Polish and German borders, Jested is this beautiful mountain peak with a uniquely shaped 94-meter tower that was constructed back in 1973. Now, special thanks to my friend Petr Bodrušek for sharing his footage of Jested and many other places in this video. He has some incredible aerial films of Czechia, and I'll link his channel in the description below so you can go check him out. Now, Jested overlooks the city of Liberec, and the area is also a ski resort during the winter. You can have a nice...
Wow, I feel like it's beautiful as it is, but seeing that in the winter with all the snow, it would just be like living in a fairy tale. Like, I'm getting fairy tale vibes from all the places you'd mentioned. It all looks so beautiful. Like, look at that view.
Or even stay the night in its hotel. Afterwards, we're going to head over to the Bohemian Paradise. Located in northeastern Czechia, this has to be one of my favorite natural areas in the country. It's a mysterious area with rolling hills and natural beauty. One of the most notable features of the Bohemian Paradise is its sandstone rocks. They are uniquely carved out of the hills with various formations. The area around Shirazi has an interesting rock called Kobila that looks like an upside down foot. Now, this area just looks so magical, especially when it's covered in mist. There's plenty of trails and hikes to go on, so if you want to experience some Bohemian nature, you gotta give this place a visit.
Yeah, I thought that's like one of those places where you would just be at one with nature. You can go and find yourself, you get away from everything just for a little while. That's definitely on my list to visit.
Afterwards, we're going to visit the Bezděz Castle. Now, located just 30 minutes from the Bohemian Paradise, the royal castle was built in the 13th century and perfectly placed on a volcanic hill with an elevation of 604 meters. Now, over its history, it served as a prison for a queen and also a retreat for monarchs who enjoyed hunting in the area. During the 30 Years' War, it was confiscated by a war general who converted it into a monastery. Now today, parts of the castle can be visited, and its medieval look has inspired many legends and stories. It's such a cool piece of history. Now another fascinating nearby place is the Sloup Castle. It's a rather odd castle that is built upon a 35-meter sandstone rock. The castle was first mentioned in the 14th century, but it was burnt down and deserted a few hundred years later.
Oh.
Today it's more of a ruins than a castle, but still an interesting spot to visit. Now just
Yeah, like it's definitely very interesting to visit. It's very different to a lot of places that have been mentioned on the list. I don't think I've ever seen anything like that before.
later. Today it's more of a ruins than a castle, but still an interesting spot to visit. Now just 10 minutes from the Sloup Castle is the Panska Skala rock formation. It's this beautiful area with volcanic basalt columns that reach 12 meters high. I really like the area around it with the pond and park. Definitely worth a visit if you're in the area. Now afterwards, we're going to visit the Lednice Castle. Now located in the south near the Austrian border, the castle is part of the Lednice Valdice cultural landscape, which is registered on the UNESCO World Heritage List. Now back in the year 1249, the House of Liechtenstein acquired a castle in Lednice and remained the principal Liechtenstein residence until World War II, when it was confiscated by the Nazis, and the family was relocated to Vaduz. Now the castle was originally built in the Renaissance style, but in the 19th century the palace was rebuilt with a neo-Gothic style.
That looks
The whole area is
incredible.
beautiful
Wow.
with its gardens and ponds. Now I really like the minaret. It's a lookout tower that's over 62 meters high. It was built at the turn of the 18th century, and it's one of the tallest in all Europe. Just a short drive from Lednice is the beautiful town of Mikulov. Now the crowning feature of the town is the Mikulov Castle. The first castle was built here in the 13th century, but what you see today was reconstructed in the 18th century. Now, while we're still in the area, you can check out the Church of St. Leonhard. It's just about 10 minutes from Mikulov, and it's this beautiful church built on an island in the lake. There was once a village
How do you get there? Boat? Like, do they have many boats going to and from there? It looks like it's in the middle of nowhere.
there, but it got
Very cool,
flooded,
though.
and only the church remains. Now afterwards, we're going to visit the Konopiště Castle. Now located just 40 minutes outside of Prague, the Konopiště Castle is one of the most well-known castles in all the country. Now it was built towards the end of the 13th century, and one reason why this castle is famous is because it was the last residence of Franz Ferdinand.
Oh,
He's the guy that was assassinated in Sarajevo, which resulted
I remember
in
that
World
from
War
history
I.
class, yeah.
Wild stuff. Now aside from all the history of the castle, today it's a scenic location and it's built right next to a lake. It's a great place to visit, especially if you're in Prague. Now afterwards we're going to head over to the Zvíkov Castle. Now located right on the confluence of the Vltava and Otava rivers, I think this is one of the most impressive castles in the country. It's nicknamed the King of Czech Castles, and I totally understand why. The Zvíkov Castle was founded in the first half of the 13th century. The castle strategically stands on difficult to access promontory, and it was so well fortified that it withstood a 4-month siege by the Hussites, and during
I can definitely see that. Like, it's in such a great position that not many people can be able to get there, and you kind of have the high ground, and you definitely have an advantage. Very, very tactical location
the
there.
30-year war, 140 men successfully defended the castle against 4,000 Habsburg troops in 1618. I mean, that's pretty crazy.
Very
Anyways,
impressive.
I definitely would have felt safe living here during medieval times. Now today, it's a wonderful destination, and some believe it has a ghost that wanders the castle walls. Now for our final destination, we're going to visit the fairy tale town of Český Krumlov. Now located about a 2 hours drive from Prague, Český Krumlov is a medieval fantasy. As I was doing research, I was just blown away by the beauty of this place. It looks like something straight out of a fairy tale. The town arose around the year 1240 when the Český Krumlov castle was built and a settlement emerged beneath it. Český Krumlov thankfully escaped the bombings of World War II, which is the main reason the city is so well preserved. Today it stands as one of Czech Republic's most beautiful towns. One of the main attractions of the town is the castle. It's the second most visited in the country. It's surrounded by a moat that's not filled with water, but bears instead. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah,
can
you gotta
also
be
visit the
careful with
castle
that.
tower to get an incredible view of the town. I mean, it's just such a magical place, and I can't believe it exists. Well, that is it for my Czech Republic top 10. Let me know where your favorite place is in the comments below. I also started a relaxation channel where I make hour-long relaxation films to bring some peace and nature in your life. I'll be releasing a film on the Czech Republic soon. You can find me on Instagram and TikTok at shirley.films. It's Ryan, and we will see you later.
Okay, so that was Ryan Shirley back again. I've seen his videos before where he covers like the top 10 places to visit in certain locations. And I have to say, there was a lot of beautiful locations here. Like, some of it was mentioned before in the facts video I did a reaction to. But I have to say, a lot of beautiful locations. A lot of those places do look like you'd see something like that in a fairy tale. I could definitely see what he's mentioning there. Prague was obviously on the list. I believe it was Telch. I don't know if I said that right. That place looked incredible. The Bohemian Paradise, you kind of go there, get away from things, be one with nature. I think it'd be very cool. And also the castles, like mentioned, there was like some really creative ones, I believe. What was the really creative one where it was like Sloup Castle, I think it is. Like, you know, the one where it's kind of like ruins he mentioned, and it looked very unique and different. So a lot of great places mentioned in this video. I definitely need to visit the Czech Republic one day. It's definitely on my list, you know. I want to do like a tour around Europe and kind of go there. So if you guys think he's missed any places, yeah, a favorite place on the list, feel free to let me know. I do read the comments, and people have told me some interesting facts that were missed in the other video, and just facts about the Czech Republic. So if you guys want more reaction videos like this, let me know, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a great day, everyone.